Death of a Salesman is Arthur Miller's attempt to show the faulty ideals behind the American dream, which is the belief that hard work and devotion leads to success, wealth, and happiness. He does this by contrasting the characters of Willie, who pursues this dream, and Charlie, who ignores it. It is a story of Willie Loman, a salesman in New York City during the 1940s who has lived his life desperately pursuing the American dream, but in vain. His wife Linda is faithful and supportive, but is not able to understand his internal struggles. Willie attempts to live vicariously through his son Biff, but as Biff realizes that neither he nor his father have achieved the American dream, Willie is forced to face reality and sees suicide as his only answer. Willie's other son, Happy, on the other hand, is Biff, and thus continues to follow Willie's unattainable values. Arthur Miller uses Charlie, the Loman's next-door neighbor who sees reality and therefore succeeds, as the antithesis of Willie. In the following scene, Willie has returned from an unsuccessful sales trip, and Charlie walks in.
What are you doing up?
Couldn't sleep good. I had a heartburn.
Well, you don't know how to eat.
I eat with my mouth.
No, you're ignorant. You gotta know about vitamins and things like that.
Come on, let's shoot. Tire you out a little.
All right. You got cards?
Yeah, I got them someplace. What is it with those vitamins?
They build up your bones. Chemistry.
Yeah, but there's no bones in a heartburn.
What are you talking about? Do you know the first thing about it?
Don't get insulted.
Don't talk about something you don't know anything about.
What are you doing home?
Oh, just a little trouble with the car.
Oh. I'd like to take a trip to California.
Don't say.
You want a job?
I got a job. I told you that. What the hell are you offering me a job for?
Don't get insulted.
Don't insult me.
I don't see no sense in it. You don't have to go on this way.
I got a good job. What do you keep coming in here for?
You want me to go?
I can't understand it. He's going back to Texas again. What the hell is that?
Let him go.
I've got nothing to give him, Charlie. I'm clean. I'm clean.
He won't starve. None of them starve. Forget about him.
Then what have I got to remember?
You take it too hard. To hell with it. When a deposit bottle is broken, you don't get your nickel back.
That's easy enough for you to say.
That ain't easy for me to say.
When a deposit bottle is broken, you don't get your nickel back. This is Charlie's entire philosophy of life. He believes that you can't fight against what happens in your life. You must face the consequences and go on. You must not dwell upon the past, but rather look towards the future. Willie can't do this. He continues to deny reality and pretend that he is a successful, well-liked salesman. He is living a lie. A job which he desperately needs. He quickly becomes insulted. Willie needs the nickel which so easily slips from the broken deposit bottle, but he won't and can't admit it. In the next scene, Charlie has just concluded a conversation with his son Bernard.
The Supreme Court! And he didn't even mention it.
You don't have to. He's gonna do it.
And you never told him what to do, did you? You never took any interest in him.
My salvation is that I never took any interest in anything. Here's some money. $50. I got an account inside.
Charlie, look. I got my insurance to pay. You can manage it. I need $110. I'd draw it from my bank, but Linda would know. And
sit down, Willie.
I'm keeping an account of everything, remember? I'll pay every penny back.
Now listen to me, Willie.
I want you to really know I appreciate this.
I offered you a job. You can make $50 a week and I won't send you on the road.
I've got a job.
Without pay? What kind of job's a job without pay?
kid.
Now look, kid, enough's enough. Now, I'm no genius, but I know I'm being insulted.
Insulted?
Why don't you want to work for me?
What's the matter with you? I've got a job.
And what are you walking in here every week for?
Well, if you don't want me to walk in here,
I'm offering you a job.
I don't want your goddamn job.
Willie, when the hell are you going to grow up?
You big ignoramus, if you say that to me again, I'll rap you one. I don't care how big you are.
How much do you need, Willie?
Charlie, I'm strapped. I'm strapped. I don't know what to do. I was just fired.
Howard fired you?
That snot-nose. Imagine that. I named him. I named him Howard.
Willie, when are you going to realize that them things don't mean anything? You named him Howard, but you can't sell that. The only thing you have in this world is what you can sell. And the funny thing is that you're a salesman and you don't know that.
I just always tried to think otherwise, I guess. I always felt if a man was impressive and well-liked, that nothing...
Why must everybody like you? Who liked J.P. Morgan? Was he impressive? In a Turkish bath, he'd look like a butcher, but with his pockets on, he was very well-liked. Now listen, I know you don't like me, and no one can say I'm in love with you, but I'll give you a job, just for the hell of it. Put it that way.
I just can't work for you, Charlie.
What, are you jealous of me?
I can't work for you, that's all. Don't ask me why.
You've been jealous of me all your life, damn fool. Here, pay your insurance.
I'm keeping strict accounts.
Take care of yourself, Willie, and pay your insurance.
It's funny, you know. After all the highways, and the trains, and the appointments, and the years, you end up worth more dead than alive.
Willie, nobody's worth nothing dead. You hear what I said? Willie!
Apologize to Bernard for me when you see him. I didn't mean to argue with him. He's a fine boy. They're all fine boys. And they'll end up big, all of them. Someday they'll play tennis together. Wish me luck, Charlie. You saw Bill Oliver today.
Good luck.
Charlie, you're the only friend I've got. Isn't that a remarkable thing?
Jesus.
Charlie is the man who succeeds in life by separating and disconcerting himself from its events. He says, "My salvation is that I never took any interest in anything, not even his own son, who's trying a case in the Supreme Court." Willie, on the other hand, states, "I always felt that if a man was impressive and well-liked, that nothing could go wrong." Willie is always attempting to sell himself and live for others, which fails, while Charlie does things for himself and lets things happen, which works. Linda, Charlie, Biff, and Happy contemplate the life and death of Willie.
We'll be closing the gates soon.
He had no right to do that. There's no necessity for it. We would have helped him.
Come along, Mom.
Why didn't anybody come?
It was a very nice funeral.
Well, what about all the people he knew? Maybe they blame him.
Nah, it's a rough world, Linda. They wouldn't blame him.
I can't understand it, especially at this time. First time in 35 years, we were almost free and clear. He only needed a little salary. He was even finished with the dentist.
No man only needs a little salary.
I can't understand it.
There were a lot of nice days. When he come home from a trip, on Sundays making the stoop, finishing the cellar, putting on the new porch. When he built the extra bathroom, put up the garage. You know something, Charlie? There's more of him in that front stoop than in all the sales he ever made.
Yeah, he was a happy man with a batch of cement.
He had the wrong dreams. All wrong.
Don't say that. Man never knew who he was.
Nobody dares blame this man. Willie was a salesman, and for a salesman, there's no rock bottom to life. He don't put a bolt to a nut. He don't tell you the law or give you medicine. He's a man out there in the blue, riding on a smile and a shoe shine. And when they start not smiling back, that's an earthquake. Then you've got yourself a few spots on your head and you're finished. Nobody dares blame this man. Willie was a salesman, and for a salesman, you got a dream, boy. It comes with the territory.
Charlie, the man never knew who he was.
Look, I said don't say that.
Why don't you come with me, Happy?
Oh, no, not me. I ain't licked that easy. I want to stay right here in the city and beat that racket. The Loman brothers.
I know who I am, kid. You take it.
Take everybody else. And Willie Loman didn't die in vain, because he had a good dream. The only dream you can have, being number one man. He fought it out here, and this is where I want to win it for him.
Let's go, Mom.
Charlie, I want you just for a minute. I never got a chance to say goodbye. Forgive me, dear, but I can't cry. I don't know what it is, but I can't cry. Why'd you do it, Willie? Help me. I can't cry. It seems to me that you're just on another trip. I keep expecting you, Willie. Dear, why'd you do it? I search and I search and I search and I search. I can't understand it. I made the last payment on the house today. Today, dear, and there'll be nobody home. Free and clear. We're free.
Maybe it's ironic that now that Willie's family is finally free and clear, and he realizes who he is, he commits suicide. He was no great salesman. He was a salesman of himself who would always believe in the American dream. Biff has realized the falsity of his father's belief, but Happy has not and desires to achieve the American dream, to prove that his father did not die in vain. Charlie, Willie, Biff, Happy, Linda, and Bernard represent every man, the common people, those who achieve and those who don't. They represent you and me.